So, how are you doing?
I'm
It's been
good,
a minute.
bro. I'm chilling, bro. What's up?
Not much. I've been out. I've been working. Doing all the fun stuff. It's
I love how
been,
that's just how we start. How you doing?
yeah. Well, we actually, this, like, besides that, in like that phone call we're gonna pretend didn't happen. Like, we haven't really spoken since
Not
in a
you,
while.
not you, not Connor, not Jill, nobody.
Yeah, you've been going dark.
I went dark,
You
but we're
you could have picked
back.
up you could have picked up the reference, but you didn't, so it's okay.
It's all good. We're back, and we're here to talk about movies that we love. So let's
Yeah, and
go.
don't worry. There's been a lot of behind the scenes stuff going on.
Yes,
And so that's why you're never short of content because we are working tirelessly behind the scenes, both of us,
to give you the best,
constantly. Exactly.
to give you all the best show because
I'm,
we value the audience more than anything.
yep. And don't worry, there's gonna be a flood of content because I'm creating a bunch of content, which means it'll all have to be released. So if you're worried about the lack of content, that won't be the case for much longer.
Should be
Also,
exciting.
we're gonna try to do this regularly again. Every time we say that, we go on like a 17-week hiatus, but
We'll try it. It's summer break now, so it's more convenient.
for you, maybe. For me, still work 9 to 5, so
Ah, in the evening though, I think it should work.
yeah, we'll make it work.
We'll
I'll
make it
be
work.
available if you're available,
It's all good. We'll make it
and
work.
absolutely. And so we're here to talk about a movie which came out like 17,000 years ago at this point.
Yeah,
But because again, somebody vanished. I'm not gonna say who did it, but we
for
can
good
talk about
reason.
this.
For good reason.
Yeah, because you don't have Wi-Fi unless you're in the city. That's the reason I'm going with.
Wow. So what? So you think country people don't have Wi-Fi?
Well, I'm saying is that you had to wait till you're in the city to record. So I don't know.
Uh, well, I mean, now that everything's set up at the house in the country, I can start recording things there soon. So if you see our next episode and I'm in a different background, it's nothing new. It's just we're moving out to the country now, and it's just a new house. That's it.
I don't know how to get rid of the stupid blurriness in my background.
Yeah, I've noticed that a couple times on your camera, not just for this show, but in the previous ones.
Yeah, but sometimes it's intentional. Right now, it's actually not intentional,
Huh.
which is why it bugs me. Because I actually have people have been complaining about my background recently, which has been pissing me off. So I actually moved to a place where there's movie posters around me. However, there I can't unblur it, and so now I'm annoyed.
Hmm.
But it is what it is. I think. Um, yeah, there's no option to unblur my background. Right? Right?
I hope there is.
God damn. Can Skype work, please? This is if people from Skype are listening to this, please fix your stupid app.
Who owns Skype? Is it Microsoft?
I don't. Yeah, Microsoft actually. You're
Bill
right.
Gates, get your shit together, buddy. No wonder why Novak Djokovic won in front of you.
Yeah, that's why the person. That's tennis, right?
Yeah,
Look at that. I got it right. No one saw that coming.
bam, bam.
My God, I'm annoyed now. Did I disappear? I think I disappeared.
No, you good. You still here? To anyone in the audience, I'm sorry about my horrible trim. I just got it today, and I know I look like an egghead, like Humpty Dumpty, but I hope it'll grow back soon. Just when in the summer, when my hair is long, it gets puffy, and I don't want it to look like that. So I'm just trying to keep it short for the summer. So,
My
yeah,
hair is a mess, but it's okay because I just showered. So
it's
you
all
know.
good. It's all good.
Anyways, we have to talk about things related to movies. I
We
think.
gotta talk about movies.
Also, should we? I feel like we always forget to introduce ourselves, and I feel like we probably should.
Go ahead.
So I'm one of your hosts, and I guess producers also under our names now, Khalil, and you can find me on social media at Color Jamal 03. It's on the screen if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening to this on a podcast app, it's in the description. And I'm joined, as always, when he decides to show up, with
Alon, how's it going, everybody? It's a pleasure to be back, as it always is. You can follow me on Instagram, alon.s54, and as always, you can follow the Comic Boys on all social media, and you can see all the elite level content that we post on there. It's good stuff.
Yes, we post on there. No one in particular. No, we actually just got a 2,000 view video on TikTok, so go follow us there too.
Yes, sir.
And we have two 1,000 view videos, one of which now is the 2,000 view videos. Your clip from your review got 1,000 or got like 900 views or something.
Looks like people wanted insight on Kandahar. I hope it's good promotion for the movie to help in the box office.
It's gonna, yeah, box office for great, yeah. But yeah, you did go watch Kandahar. I couldn't go because I have a job.
It's all good. It was great to be able to go to that.
And we got some more stuff coming, so people want to stay tuned. I'm not going to say what we have coming, but we do. We also soft launched our website. No one noticed yet.
Yeah.
I mean, quietly doing because I don't want to buy a domain and it looks bad without buying a domain. So the website is technically launched. It's really awesome, and I had fun making it. So if you can, it's hidden. There's links everywhere and also nowhere. If you got one of my business cards, then you can just scan the QR code for the link. But
big ups business cards.
Well, you haven't seen my business cards yet, right?
No.
I don't think I've shown them to you.
No.
I'm gonna show them to you. I've created business cards for the channel because I was going to things and I was giving them out to people
to subscribe to our shit.
Yeah, or collaborations or whatever, depending on where I was.
Yes, sir. Big things coming up. Big man moves.
Always. I'm gonna have to be co-starring on another podcast, and a few days after I watch The Flash on Friday. I'll be recording it on Saturday. I think.
Oh wow, you're gonna go watch The Flash after you were shitting on Ezra Miller the entire time.
So this is the thing, though, right? Someone asked me, "Okay, can you come and we're gonna talk about The Flash?" So I was like, "Okay." And then I was like, oh, shoot, now I have to actually watch The Flash.
Yeah.
And also my sister wants to watch it, so that's my excuse to going.
I don't blame her. I mean, it's Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck coming back to Batman. That should be awesome. I
don't know if that's what she's interested in. I think
she's going... Don't tell me she's an Ezra Miller fan.
No, I just think she's going because it's a superhero movie that looks fun. I don't know. I'm going to, so, wish me luck. Be good. Hey, at least I haven't seen Morbius yet because we refuse to do the audio commentary.
Oh my god!
One day we'll do that.
Morbius was interesting. I'll put it like that. Morbius was an interesting movie.
One day we will do the audio commentary for Morbius, and I will watch it for the first time. Until that point, I'm not watching it. So,
it was interesting to say the least.
Anyways, speaking of interesting. We watched a movie called Across the Spiderverse.
Yes, indeed.
So I'm just finishing. There we go. Okay. So first, we're going to do the no spoiler stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to do the spoiler stuff.
Yes. Because, boy, oh boy, is there a lot to get into in the spoilers.
Look at this fanciness.
Oh, that's hard. Yo, that's legit. That's tough.
This is why if StreamYard didn't cost money and only gave me like 5 hours total, I would be totally using it more. However, until that point, I will use OBS. Also, OBS is more fun. But Skype needs to work before I can use OBS. So
fix your act.
Right? I know. I'm gonna make
fix your goddamn Mac, boy. God
like we're the only people who use Skype and they won't cater to our every need. Like, what is this ridiculous? We are keeping Skype in business single-handedly.
Yes. Fix your goddamn Mac, boy. Goddamn Skype. Little country accent.
Yeah, not at all offensive to anybody.
I love country people. What the hell?
Okay. Anyways, what? So what? You're someone who hates animation, hates superheroes, hates
I don't hate superheroes. Just
Hold
Marvel's
on, hold
just
on.
been on the
You hate
decline lately.
you hate Marvel. You hate spiders. You hate Spider-Man. You hate any Spider-Man not named Tobey Maguire. Or
I love Andrew
I mean,
Garfield.
you hate any Spider-Man movie that isn't called Spider-Man 2. Um,
What are these accusations?
and so, what did you, someone who hates everything to do with Marvel and superheroes and animation, think about Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse?
Oh my! All right, just to clarify, I like Marvel. I've liked it for a while. It's just unfortunately they've been on a little bit of a decline with their quality. I love Toby and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. I love every Spider-Man movie, including No Way Home and Andrew Garfield movies, and every single Tobey Maguire movie. Um,
Sorry. What did you think of Spider-Man Homecoming? Sorry.
it was pretty solid.
Liar! I will pull the clips.
It's pretty solid.
You understand you've said other things, especially about Tom Holland, on this exact podcast,
It
right?
was pretty solid. I still think No Way Home is the best of the trilogy.
I'm pulling clips
But
when this is edited.
this is not what we're talking about. We're talking about then Across the Spider Verse. I thought it was good. I liked it quite a bit actually. I didn't really watch a lot of promos going into it. I didn't watch one of the trailers that they put out for the film. But I honestly thought I enjoyed it. I liked Miles Morales. I think he did a good like the character himself and whomever I don't remember who it was who voiced him, but those two
Shane McMore, I think.
yeah. And so the whole dynamic of Miles was good. The actor who voiced Miles was good. I liked Spider-Man 2099 a lot. And I
Well, also,
was
there's no spoilers in this part of this
in
technically.
this part of this, but then soon we'll get into spoilers. But overall, good movie. I had a good night that night, so you know, and you know, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse made the night better, 100%. So I on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it like a good solid like 8 out of 10. Like I liked it. It was good.
This is the nicest you've ever been to anything we've reviewed ever. That isn't like an action movie. Like that isn't Mission Impossible or John Wick.
What about No Way Home? I liked it.
I don't think you were this nice about it though. You said anytime Tom Holland stepped on the screen, I wanted to run out of the theater and scream.
I actually liked him in the movie, but no, but in
That might have actually been a
seriousness,
direct quote. That might be a direct quote from you.
it
I don't
might
know.
be. But in serious note, Across Spider Verse is good. I enjoyed it. 8 out of 10. What would you think of it?
See, I'm someone who has I made it. I don't know if you watched my Guardians review, but I kind of remind everyone I made a New Year's resolution this year. Do you know what my New Year's resolution was?
What?
I am no longer going to be biased toward Disney or Marvel without any critical thinking. Actually, it was
Okay.
my Little Mermaid review. That was the one where I reminded everyone of my New Year's resolution.
Mhm.
So it started, and this was being proven throughout the year. It started with Quantumania, where I said, this is not great. It's not terrible, but it's not great. It's just,
Mhm.
and,
It's average.
which is probably the most criticism I've given a Marvel movie ever.
Ever since the release of Thor: The Dark World and the Incredible Hulk.
Right. Like, I am very, as you know, I am very pro Marvel and pro Disney.
Yeah.
Now, on the other hand, I'm also very anti Sony, which you are very well aware of as well, I'm sure.
Yes. Very.
As one of our clips in the intro, which may or may not play before this, I don't even know, has me mocking someone in charge of Sony. Go dig through and find the episode where I did that. Anyways, so this is a weird position for me because I can't be biased toward Marvel. I also have to hate Sony. So technically, I should have to hate this movie. However, I'm going to say, for the fun of it, this was awesome, man. This is a great movie. Sony did a good job. I give it a 8.5 out of 10.
8.5 is
9 out of
good.
10.
That's respectable.
Screw it. I'm gonna go crazy. 10 out of 10.
That's respectable.
10 out of 10. I am giving this movie a perfect score. Do you know what movies I've given a perfect score?
What other movie?
None is
None.
fun. Maybe one. I'll have to go back and check. Maybe one in my entire life.
If you watch John Wick Chapter 4, you'll give it a 10. Oh,
No,
god damn,
impossible.
I didn't post a review for that movie.
Yeah, you did.
I just posted a trailer reaction.
No, you posted a review. You posted it, you hit it, and I released it. I don't know if it was ready to be released. However, I did that. There is a review of the movie
Okay.
on the channel, so don't worry about that.
Okay.
But yes, what was I saying? Yes, 10 out of 10. It was the perfect movie. Like honestly, it was flawless. Like it was paced perfectly. Also, so you know me pretty well at this point. There's one thing I'm not exactly what's the right word? How do I say this so it makes myself sound like 90? I'm not hip with or up to date with, right? And that's music.
Yeah.
You know, my taste in music is a little bit what's the word? Questionable.
But the soundtrack, the Metro Boomin album,
awesome.
It was great.
Oh my god!
I don't know if you noticed it as well, but I think this was in Miles Morales' room, and this is for any of you soccer fans out there. He had a poster of young Son Heung-min, the Korean soccer superstar. I love that. That was just such a nice touch because that particular player, he's like a really big Spider-Man fan and Tom Holland fan, so it was kind of a nice like Easter egg, I guess.
So you hate him, I'm assuming.
The Korean soccer player?
Yeah.
No, not at all. I like him a lot, but it was actually a really nice
Tom
Easter
Holland
egg.
and Spider-Man.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like I love him as a player, and it was just a nice little Easter egg that Miles Morales had a poster of him in his room, and I was like, that's sick. That's a sick touch.
Yeah, I don't like soccer, so this means nothing to me. But if you're saying it's cool, then it must be cool. But yeah, no, I don't like music. You know this. My music taste is terrible, and there's a reason that is the case. However, I've listened to this soundtrack on repeat, and this actually makes me want to listen to more good music because if all music is like this, then maybe I'm wrong about all things related to music.
The villain soundtrack. I'm not saying who the villain was, but that villain soundtrack in that, holy Christ.
That was a weird way to get around saying a swear word, but okay. We'll go with it.
Shit, it was insane.
Oh, now you straight up swear. Okay, come on. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
No, but I mean, I'm not even talking about the score. We will get to the score in a second, but the soundtrack itself was unbelievable. Like the score is on another level as well, which is weird and rare. But like to have both the soundtrack and the score be awesome, but they both were. And the animation was unbelievable. Like I tend to get a little bit complacent, but like honestly, this animation was unbelievable. The voice cast was spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one thing I hate about animated movies where you have famous people as voices is it feels like it's just them voicing people that have different faces.
Mm-hmm.
Like I haven't seen it yet, but Mario, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like all the trailers for it and every reaction is just it's Chris Pratt as Mario, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not really Mario as Mario. This is different. This felt like it was all the characters being all the characters, despite the fact that there were big names behind these characters. It was fantastic. Like that's hard to do, and people.
Yeah.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
What happened?
Let's see. All good?
Oh, there we go.
Perfect.
I'm back. Better. Yeah. So as I was saying, the animation was amazing. The voice actors were amazing.
Oscar Isaac was Spider-Man 2099, right?
Who?
Oscar Isaac. That was Spider-Man 2099,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Oh.
See,
Okay.
but it's unrecognizable, basically.
Yeah, I was hearing his voice, and I was like, I swear to God, I know who this dude is. And then after the movie, I looked it up. I'm like, damn, he sounded a lot different.
And now I think we should just go into spoilers because I want to do spoilers now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna put the thing up. Okay, there we go. Just so people know. Okay.
Spoilers.
And so now, anyways, let's talk about some spoilers in this. The Spot. What are your reactions and views on this character?
Liked it. Good contribution. That's all I can say.
I think he is ridiculous and also awesome at the same
Yeah.
time.
That,
Like the Spot is the real deal.
Yeah. The when also that one part where Spider-Man 2099 was fighting Miles Morales, I was like, you know what? There is finally a villain in a Spider-Man movie who actually wants to like beat the living fuck out of Miles Morales, and I was like so happy because that we got such a gruesome villain like him.
Oh my god.
Like a proper
This is our
villain.
intro all over again. Where you're like, I want Venom to just crush Spider-Man.
No, I mean like
Except this time it's
an
not Venom.
actually physical, intimidating villain like Spider-Man 2099. I like that a lot.
You are aware the Spot is technically the villain, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Just need to make sure that you knew that because
both of them
technically-
actually like showed tendencies like they were physically imposing and intimidating and wanted to beat the living hell out of him. Also, can we talk please about that flashback scene where we see Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire?
Fine, we'll talk about that stupid scene.
Okay, let me get some context. So I went to see this movie in a theater in a small town.
Really, you saw it in a theater?
No,
Wow.
in a small town of people. It's called Belleville in Ontario. It's like 2 hours.
Belleville. Where's that? I've never heard of that before.
It's
I'm joking. I'm joking.
It's
I'm
like
joking.
2 hours. Just for the audience to understand, it's like 2 hours and 15 minutes away. It's like a town of I want to say 40,000 people. And when that scene came up, it wasn't even a full house because it's like a small town. Not everyone's going to go to a movie theater, dude.
What else are they doing in a small town? They literally
know.
have nothing else to do.
I don't know, but I kid you not, wasn't even a full house, and the cinema went insane when they saw Andrew Garfield and Toby. They went ballistic.
My theater just kind of yawned a little bit.
At the Andrew and Toby scene.
Yeah, my theater sucked.
Hmm.
There's a little bit of happiness, but a lot of it was just like, oh yeah. I think it's because I went like 4 days late or 5 days late.
Yeah, that could be. That could
So
be.
I think a lot of people had already seen it.
Yeah.
It didn't shock me. Like, it's weird. I think the way they did it was like, it didn't shock me.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I didn't know it was coming, it didn't shock me because I was like, okay. I mean, I figured you'd probably do something like that.
Just another scene.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it was one of the most spectacular or maybe I'm just getting kind of numb to cameos because we see them so often like this. I'm just like, oh, okay. Another one, I guess.
Yeah.
Cool. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. No, but it's just like, I don't know. It felt, I don't know. It was nice. Honestly, I liked it. The two cameos that they had, even though they were short.
No, I liked it. Like, I'm not saying I disliked it. I'm just saying more. I think we just kind of like I've kind of come to expect it to an extent, so it isn't as surprising when it happens, right? Like I'm not like, oh my god, look what they just did. That's crazy. I've never seen something like that before. I quite literally saw it in No Way Home, right? So it's not like it's the most revelatory, whatever thing ever in cinema history, right? Like I've seen these characters.
So how are they gonna connect it then? If probably the Toby Spider-Man universe and the Andrew Spider-Man universe are different. How are they gonna connect all that?
What I'll tell you is this: what they're gonna do is they're not gonna fucking connect it because who cares?
Yeah.
Universes are gone anyways. Like.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Like they're just gonna I don't know if you remember this, but they did reference the Tom Holland universe too.
Mm-hmm.
Because they did mention Doctor Strange and the Spider-Man from Earth, whatever, which is the Tom Holland world, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they clearly are aware of it's the multiverse. You just don't have to acknowledge anything,
Yeah.
You just pretend it doesn't happen.
I also mentioned this in our phone call we had. There was that one part in Doctor
That
Strange.
phone call never happened. There's no proof of that. Yeah.
You and me were diplomatically talking. Let's put it like that.
Yes.
Over some coffee, and
Yes.
I remember
There are no recordings, no bugs, nothing.
No, there's nothing. There's nothing for the CIA to track us. There's that one part in Doctor Strange where him and America Chavez were traveling through the multiverse, and there was like an animated universe that they went through. That could have been the Miles Morales Spider-Man universe right there for a glimpse of a second.
I can't believe you're going to make me rewatch Doctor Strange to confirm or deny that.
No, I remember they traveled through an animated universe that looked pretty similar to the Miles Morales universe.
See, if I was like not insistent on not rewatching Doctor Strange, I would probably try to disagree with you. But because I'm not going to watch it, I'm just going to say, yeah, you're right.
No.
There's that universe, totally, 100%. But no. But I mean, it's possible. I don't know. If they knew.
Who knows? Honestly.
They could have just done some random stuff, and it could have just turned out. Oh, look, maybe we can make that pretend it's the other thing. But I mean, I think that this movie is okay. What did you think with the ending? I think we should just jump to the end. Did you? Okay, so let's make this philosophical for a second, and then we'll talk about this movie itself, right?
Yeah.
Do you like part ones where they just kind of end without as quite literally a part one, or do you like movies that are like two parts, but really it's one story and another story, right? I think Infinity War is a little bit different because it kind of did have an ending, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was really an ending. This movie did not have an ending. It was really a part one. They're quite I don't even remember if there was actually, but they're very well could have been a part two coming soon, right?
Yeah, there's a part two in next year, I think, coming out.
Well, no, I'm saying they could have literally put that at the end of the movie or said,
oh yeah,
to be continued or whatever, right?
They
could have literally done that. Well, Infinity War, if you actually watch it, that quite literally could have been the end of the movie if we didn't know better, right?
Yeah.
So I think, do you like the way they did it, where they basically just said, we're cutting the story off here. We're not gonna end it. We're just going to kind of stop it. And now you have to wait.
Well, if it's a two-parter, then sure, I understand it. But I don't.
But do you like the two-parter? Do you like them cutting and saying, wait till next year?
Yeah, for sure. I like it. Because of the whole suspense factor. That's just the only reason why I think it's a good idea. Just that whole suspense factor.
Okay, so my one gripe, and actually, you know what? If I convince myself that this was enough of a thing, I might end up dropping this to a 9.75 out of 10 because so the way they ended it, they didn't really you think about the Thanos snap, right?
Yeah.
They didn't really end it on something like that. They ended it with a bunch of plot threads, right? Because we see Miles in the original universe where his Spider's from, which has him as the Prowler, right? We see Gwen in his universe trying to figure out where he is and then assembling the team of the old guys from the first movie to help, right? Then we see the new bad, the group of people going to try to hunt him down or stalking him or whatever. But we don't see it's not really Thanos snapped and half the Avengers got dusted type ending, right? It is still very much we're quite literally stopping in the middle of a movie ending. So what do you think about that? And do you like that?
I mean, like I said, it was also that whole the whole suspense factor, but that's also usually part of a two-parter. You want to cut it off somewhere that is prepares people for the second part and has people at least have some sense of understanding of what's going to happen in the second part.
I think the better place to end it would have been right when he was teleported home, right? You just ended it there, right?
Yeah.
That's why when I was watching it, I thought they were going to end it as soon as he saw his parents, right? And they were going to end it there because what that does is that says, well, what happened, right? Or why did they do that? Also, it does kind of fit in the trend of the Spider-Man movies where they always end it in this really awkward point, right? Mainly while someone's saying some curse word and they cut it, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just kind of didn't love the place they ended it because I think that they could have done something else. And I
Yeah.
mean, again, that's not something which I don't know if it'll materially affect the way I think of the movie, but I find that that's the problem when someone does a 2-part is you could have, if you have a 4-hour movie and you just cut it at 2 hours and whatever, right? Or if you have a 5-hour movie, cut it at 2 hours, 41 minutes or whatever the case was,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Like it just doesn't feel natural, I guess. Or like maybe it feels too natural to some extent.
You were talking about Infinity War, and at the end of Infinity War, I think it was near the end of the credits, they said like Thanos will return. Maybe something like that could help.
Yeah, I just like because I kept thinking about it. And it's like Infinity War. You know how much did we speculate about what was going to happen?
But nothing. Nobody knew what was going to happen at the end of that
No,
movie.
but we were speculating. We were guessing. Like it was part of the hype, right? The hype was able to continue because we were like, oh my god, wait, what happened? Where did they go? Wait, like did they go into an alternate reality? Are they gone forever? Right? Are they going to come back as different actors? Like we were able to kind of speculate. How's this movie going to go? What's going to happen? I feel like this one though, it's almost like you cut it off right before the third act, and you're like, I kind of know how this is going to go down now. I know what the plot of the next movie is going to be. The plot of the next movie, unless something crazy happens, is going to be that team of Spider-Man fighting Miles, then them all working to, then them, fighting the other people, then eventually having to work together to stop the spot, and in between do some other stuff. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel like there's that much. Now, on the other hand, I think next year will determine a lot for this movie because if it is very different than that, maybe this becomes nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel that.
Now, the other thing I wanted to do with this movie is just talk about some of the other Spider characters that they introduced, some of the primary people they introduced. And I wanted to start that conversation with a Spider person who I think personally, really touches me. And that's Spider India. Why? I don't know. There's some nice anti-colonialism references that I really, really personally felt connected to. But so what did you think of Spider India? I don't know if that's his name, but I'm just gonna pretend it is.
Thought it was good. I was also mostly focused on Miles Morales, to be honest, and how he went down, and Spider-Man 2099.
What about but did you like that little scene they had where they stopped the continuity event or whatever the hell they call it?
Yeah, I liked it.
I thought it was I thought they did all the introductions to these Spider people really well. I thought the Spider Punk, I think that's what it was.
That was Daniel Kaluuya, I think.
It was, and it did not sound or look like him at all, which was awesome. I thought they did that really well. I love Mayday. They throwing in that little Mayday reference, Mayday Spider-Man. Obviously being Peter B. Parker's daughter in this case. Also, they had the Prowler show up, like the Donald Glover. Yeah,
and Donald Glover was in Spider-Man: Homecoming as well.
As
Aaron Davis.
Aaron Davis, who is the Prowler.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought they did a good job with that, throwing that in too. That actually shocked me more than the flashback or like the flashback to Toby and them. Also, they had Spectacular Spider-Man show up, which was fun.
Yeah.
I always you love that little reference there.
Yeah.
Also, have we gone this whole time without saying Gwen's name once?
Spider-Gwen?
Spider-Gwen, Spider-Woman,
Yes.
whatever. I feel like we should talk about the main character of the movie.
Miles Morales?
No, Spider-Gwen.
Miles Morales, you mean?
No, not at all.
Spider-Man 2099?
No. Spider-Gwen is the main character of the movie.
No, it was Spider-Man 2099 and Miles Morales.
So the one thing that was interesting, the one thing that did elicit a reaction from my theater, which I thought was very surprising, was the beginning scene. So I don't know, how much do you know about Spider-Gwen's like actual origin?
Not a lot.
So
just the fact that she's Gwen Stacy.
So did the fact that Peter Parker with was the lizard surprise you?
A little. I was like, what in the world is going on here?
So because that's interesting because see, I knew Spider-Gwen's origin. I knew that her Peter Parker becomes the lizard and all this stuff because I've read the comics.
Mhm.
But I kind of forgot that the person sitting next to me didn't actually know that. And so when they were all shocked, I was like, hey, yeah, I knew that. And then they were like, oh my God, what's happening? And I'm like, oh yeah, that happens. I know that. And it was funny because it was the same thing with Miles. Because when in Spider-Man, when the first Spider-Verse movie happened and Spider-Man, like Peter Parker died and Spider-Man got the powers and all that other stuff, people were shocked. And I was like, no, I know that happens because that's how it kind of goes down, right? So it wasn't as shocking to me, I guess, which was interesting. That was just something I wanted to throw out there. Was that beginning was really well done and interesting too.
Mm-hmm.
What else should we say about this movie?
Soundtrack was good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
score, all the Spider-Man themes were awesome.
Yeah, they're great.
Also, I'm gonna be doing a ranking video for the soundtrack at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it somehow. Because they're all great. Okay, so which soundtrack did you like more? The last one or this one?
Oh, this one.
Because like the last one I think had top end things like What's Up Danger and Sunflower were top tier, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you had anything to that level in this one.
No,
but
Metro
you had a
Boomin.
whole bunch of
This Metro Boomin soundtrack clears the previous one.
But I think Sunflower was very different because it was a very radio friendly song. None of these songs are radio friendly in that way.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like I don't think you have heard, and I don't think you're gonna hear any of these songs really played repeatedly on the radio. Sunflower was played repeatedly on the radio, right? Like because it was something where it was a radio friendly song by a radio friendly artist, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
because I remember there was one song, I think it was with Lil Wayne, and Lil Wayne was talking about his ops, and like that's not really radio friendly, talking about your ops.
Not radio friendly, but it's not even radio like something that you hear on the radio just generally, right?
You don't want to hear a rapper talking about his ops and the people who want him dead, obviously, and that makes sense. But putting the radio longevity, for lack of a better word, aside, just the sound of the Metro Boomin soundtrack was great.
Do you think that do you think it's a lock that one of these songs wins best original song at the Oscars?
Likely.
So you would say it's probably like I don't know if you remember any of this of the names of the songs off the top of your head, but do you have one which you think you would probably say is in your mind your favorite right now to win something?
It was the biggest one. What was its name?
Annihilate?
Annihilate. I think Annihilate out of all of them has the most chance to be a nomination or like a close second place for best original score or best song. I
have a dark horse which might do it. I'm not going to say what it is now because I want people to have to watch the video when I rank them. Mm-hmm. But there's one which I've been listening to. I'm like, this might be a legitimate dark horse because I think it might be my favorite song on the soundtrack. It's not Annihilate, even though Annihilate's awesome. And so if you're interested in what that is, watch my ranking video, which will be out after this podcast, but at some point shortly. So I'll probably end up recording it like right after we finish this. But yeah, so that I think that's definitely something which is interesting. Also, it's it's weird. Both Black Panther movies and both Spider-Verse movies have unbelievable soundtracks.
Yeah, I mean, for myself at least, I like the first Black Panther soundtrack a little more.
No, I like the Black Panther soundtrack more than I like the second one, and
but yeah, both of them are good.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I think it's wild that those four movies have because you can't argue those are loaded soundtracks from top to bottom, right? Like those are top tier movie soundtracks. I think, in my own opinion. I think the big headline from Wakanda Forever was a little bit worse was the Rihanna song, which is a little bit worse than
The Weeknd song that he did for Black Panther.
than All the Stars, right? I think that was the headliner, right?
Oh no, that was Kendrick. Yeah,
That's
but the
Kendrick,
Weeknd
right?
also
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
The Weeknd also did something.
The Weeknd did do something. I don't remember what it was, but I do remember
Pray for
that
Me.
All the Stars. Pray for me, yeah.
Pray for me.
But All the Stars was that kind of big headline song.
That was the major one. I think I would say Pray for Me and All the Stars were like A1 and AB in that album.
I think All the Stars won the Oscar, didn't it?
It might have, but I remember there's a lot of streaming, like high streaming numbers for Pray for Me.
Oh, I'm sure there were. I think the one that kind of got categorized with that movie was All the Stars, and
So
I
like,
think
they're like this. They're at the same level.
yeah, I would agree. I can agree with that. I personally I liked All the Stars more, but then again, The Weeknd, I have to be a little biased there. So
He's Canadian though.
You're
He's
Canadian.
Canadian,
That's
though.
exactly. I have to be a little biased there, but yeah,
Yeah.
no, I understand. I feel that. Let's talk about Marvel. More Marvel.
Yes.
First of all, how does it feel that you're going to be almost 30 by the time Avatar 5 comes out?
That's gonna be crazy. That's a whole 3 decades of Avatar movies. 2 decades.
Like you're going to literally be almost 30 by the time Avatar 5 comes out.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel? You'll be 28.
Old. Makes me feel
You'll be
old.
28 when Avatar 5 comes out.
Mm-hmm. How many
That's
Avatar
crazy.
movies are there gonna be?
I think only 5.
I heard that Avatar 3, the original runtime that was published by James Cameron was like 7 hours.
Yeah, it's not going to stay that long. Don't worry about it.
It's going to be a ridiculous Lawrence of Arabia-esque runtime.
It will be ridiculous, and I'm going to be hard-pressed to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But we do have new dates,
Yeah.
sorry. So, first of all,
Blade. I remember that was one I read about that was delayed.
so Avatar 3 is December 2025, by the way.
Oh my goodness.
So you got a minute till, which might actually be good. Now you also got a bunch of Marvel delays.
Mm-hmm.
You have Captain America Brave New World, which is the renamed Captain America 4.
Mm-hmm.
And that is moving from May 3rd, 2024 to July 26th, 2024,
Mm-hmm.
which leads Thunderbolts to be delayed from July 26th, 2024 to December 20th, 2024, which means Blade is then delayed to February 14th, 2025. Fantastic Four is delayed to May 2nd, 2025. Avengers: The Kang Dynasty is getting pushed back an entire year to May 2nd, 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, that's not. Oh no, from May 2025 to May 1st, 2026, and it's taking the place of Avengers: Secret Wars, which is jumping from May 1st, 2026 to May 7th, 2027.
Mm-hmm. A lot of yearly pushes.
Yes, and now we will be talking about a certain event in Hollywood which could potentially destroy everything as we know it. But for now, we're going to talk about these delays. That means the next Marvel movie you get will not be until it wasn't going to be until 2024. Now it's not going to be until mid to late 2024, and that's assuming nothing gets delayed anymore.
That's the next Marvel movie?
Yes.
Mid 2024?
Marvel has no movie scheduled. Movies. I gotta double check that.
That's a long time.
I'm like 90% sure about that.
In recent history, the longest break was between Ant-Man and the Wasp and Captain Marvel, which was July 2018 until March 2019.
Well, no, during the pandemic, there's a longer break.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
But you are not getting a Marvel movie until July 2024.
Mm-hmm.
But you do get one in November, so there isn't that long of a break if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
You miss kind of your one movie in the cycle.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think? So are you excited for Captain America: Brave New World? First of all,
Is Chris Evans going to be there? Oh no, he's not. So no, I'm not excited.
Okay, so that is the answer to that question. You're not excited for Captain America: Brave New World.
Who else? Who else is going to be there?
I don't remember.
It doesn't matter if it's not Chris Evans. I'm not going.
You will go. You may not like it, but I'll make you go. Don't worry about it. I got a year to convince you. Don't worry.
Yeah. We'll see.
Maybe you'll watch a trailer and you'll be like, "This is going to be awesome. Let me go watch it."
We'll have to see.
You like Anthony Mackie?
He's good.
You liked him in Detroit.
Yeah, he's just not Chris Evans is Captain America.
But he's still a good actor. Like, you don't like him as an actor.
100%. He's great, but I don't know. It's just that OG Chris Evans-ness, that kind of,
That's fair. I mean, I understand.
Speaking of Marvel, there's a tomato meter score for Secret Invasion season 1.
Yeah, it's 60 something, right?
65.
And it's only the first 2 episodes, not the whole season. But all the reviews have been saying it's a gritty, dark show. It's probably the darkest thing Marvel's ever done. It's a grounded action show. It feels really up your alley, if I'm being honest.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm 100% gonna watch it.
Oh, so then we can review it.
Yeah, 100%. I'm gonna watch it.
So then we'll review it. See,
100%.
now, this is the first Marvel show you've watched in ages, since WandaVision.
What about
Did
Moon
you
Knight?
watch that?
I watched Moon
you
Knight.
watched Moon Knight. You did.
Yeah.
Right, you did. I'll give you credit for that one. Yeah, you did watch Moon Knight.
Big ups, Moon Knight.
But yeah, I mean, it's going to be. I'm excited for Captain America personally. I like Sam. I like Anthony Mackie. I like Captain America. Actually, no, I don't. I hate Captain America. What am I talking about? However, I am still excited for this movie. It looks like the villain is going to be probably the Serpent Society. Finally, I think. I don't actually know. But it'll be fun, I think. And then Deadpool 3 is being delayed slightly.
That's one movie I'm for sure looking forward to.
I don't know when it's being delayed to, but it has been delayed. Blade is being delayed.
That movie. Blade's been delayed so many times, and they've had so many problems with that movie. Like,
yeah.
will it really get made?
Is it going to become the new? But think about it, okay? We were having the same conversation with The Flash.
I don't know if that's the thing. I don't know if this Blade movie is going to be made.
But Flash got made. Remember, we saying the same thing about Morbius, Kraven the Hunter coming out this year. Like, these are the movies we put on the list of they're never going to happen.
Yeah, and they're going to happen.
Until the credits roll at the end of the movie, I'm not believing in any of these movies.
Yes.
I still don't believe The Flash is coming out. However,
that's the philosophy.
That's the philosophy, because otherwise, Marvel's is gonna start getting the treatment too, though. Yeah. I'm not believing you're saying anything. I don't care about your slates. Give me the damn movies.
Yes.
Also, I gotta wait till 2027 for Avengers: Secret Wars, which means in 2027 I will be proven right that Scarlet Witch is the villain.
Yes.
But until then, I have to wait. So that's unfortunate. Also, they announced like a 2026 Star Wars film, a 2025 and 2026, 2027 Star Wars films, I guess. So, that's fun. Don't really particularly care because Star Wars doesn't exist in movies anymore.
Yes.
But, it is what it is. We will live with it. And now let's talk about something which we probably haven't spoken about at all. I've spoken about briefly on a video in which I probably named exactly what I was talking about, which was the writer's strike, which is currently going on, which I'm sure you're aware of because you're a consummate viewer of every going on in Hollywood.
Yeah.
So what do you know about this writer's strike? Just want to make sure you're informed.
Well, I follow some of the what's it called?
Writers?
Some of the people,
The strikers.
The writers of the Robert Pattinson Batman universe, because I'm trying to see what's going on with that. And I saw that the filming of the movie, that Matt Reeves and some other writers in the film were taking place in the strike. And I saw that filming, like initial production of the film, is going to be delayed up until March 2024, and the second movie for Robert Pattinson's Batman was supposed to start shooting this September in 2023. So it's a pretty big shooting delay.
So I'm going to give you a little bit of a rundown on the writer's strike, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So the writers are mad because essentially, so I'm going to put this actually in an analogy a little bit for you, okay? And for people listening more so, but also for you. You know when you have a sports athlete, okay?
Yeah.
And they want a new contract with more money. Because they are like let's look at Lamar Jackson, right? Lamar Jackson wanted a new contract with more money, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Ravens didn't want to give it to him.
Yeah.
Because they were like, hey, we don't know if we need you. We almost beat the Bengals with Tyler Huntley.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And Lamar's like, hey, I'm really good at what I do. But I want to be given a guaranteed contract because I'm an MVP, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were like, we don't want to really do that because you're injury prone. Then there was this whole drama for a long time, right?
Yeah.
This writer strike is basically that. And what I mean by that is this. The writers are like, hey, we're pretty good at doing this whole writing thing. The students are like, yeah, you are. We're okay with keeping you, but we're not going to give you a ton more money and we're not going to give you any backends from streaming. You get backends from like TV, right?
Yeah.
When your shows are streamed, you don't get any revenue from that or any profit from that. And it's kind of ridiculous because how many people watch things on cable anymore? Do you?
Yeah. No.
No, right? Exactly. Everything is streamed. So the biggest thing is the streaming, right? Mm-hmm. And so they're like, okay, we want a part of that. Then at the same time, they're like, we don't want you to replace us with AI if you don't want to pay us because we're writers who are really good at our jobs. And as of this moment, ChatGPT is not nearly good enough to write multiple movies. Hell, ChatGPT is not good enough to write an essay. So, there's some problems with ChatGPT and all this AI. Now, it is very good for doing some other stuff, especially when I don't want to do it. But, when it comes to writing descriptions and stuff for videos. However, ChatGPT is not good at a lot of things. So they're trying to basically guarantee that they get streaming profits and also that various things kind of related to making sure they can't be replaced by AI, or at least you can't say, okay, we're going to hire one writer and we're going to use AI. Right? You know what I mean? They're trying to make sure they can secure their jobs, which I think is very fair because they are people who deserve to live a living wage and deserve to earn money off their work that they write, especially because as you're seeing right now, nothing can be made without writers. Did you know that in order for anything to be made, you need to have someone to write it?
Yep.
Except for the show, which requires no writing because God forbid any of us do any writing for this show. Uh-huh. Instead, what we do is we just kind of say words into a microphone.
Yes.
But for most shows, they need writing. Now, movies are getting delayed because of this. But that's not even the worst thing. You know what the worst thing is?
What?
So there is a schedule of shows, which are called the fall slate, right? Mm-hmm. When the fall starts, all the studios have to give out a bunch of shows, have to release a bunch of shows, right? They have cable slots to fill up, all this other stuff. They all require writers. The writers haven't written those yet. Those have to start production shortly. Otherwise, those won't be ready for the beginning of the fall. If they aren't ready for the beginning of the fall, what happens? No shows are made over the summer. No jobs are created over the summer. No economies are boosted over the summer. And you have to work through reruns or reality TV, which does not require a writer.
Yeah.
Like think about there was an estimate done early on that it could, if this lasts all summer, it could be $1 billion of the U.S. economy.
Yeah.
Like that's huge.
Yeah.
Because you think about if no show goes in production, even Joe's cameras that you rent your cameras from isn't getting used, right? Even Joe's diner where you eat you get to cater your set on isn't being used, right? Like you think with the economic kind of fallout of something like a writer strike, and it is quite astronomical, which would mean that the smart thing to do would be for the studios to pay the damn writers so we can get the content that we love. Even if you don't love unions or strikes or whatever, which is, I guess you're right. At the end of the day, we all love the content they create. And they weren't going to do that until these companies pay them what they deserve. So I think we should all be for the writers because at the end of the day, until they get what they want, we don't get content. So even if you don't like the writer strike, which personally I'm a believer that they are doing the right thing, I want my damn shows and movies.
A lot of people.
Daredevil's getting delayed now because of the writer strike. Like, I want my Daredevil.
Batman's getting delayed.
Right. Like, these studios need to suck it up and say, we'd rather have writers who are paid based on what they deserve than no shows or movies, because we're not going to be able to do anything because AI cannot write you a show right now. I'm sorry. Also, other people are striking, being shutting down production stuff in solidarity. Spider-Man 4, which is being announced by Tom Holland, has been shut down. It's terrible. We need studios to be better so we can fix it. So studios, if you're listening, pay the damn writers so we can do stuff. Now, on the flip side, the Canada industry is going to be booming because guess who's going to be so desperate? They're going to have to buy original Canadian content. All the US people. So, ABC and all of you guys, if you aren't careful, you're going to have to buy all this random Canadian content that people in Canada don't even watch because you're going to have no writers. So,
yes,
be careful what you wish for. Anyways, speaking of wishing, that was a very bad segue because I have nothing.
Yeah.
What do you say? Box office? Or do you have something else you want to talk about?
I got nothing else in mind that I can think of.
Cool. Box office time.
Get these things done, Marvel.
Yes, and all the other studios.
And Batman, because that's the only superhero movie I look forward to, the Batman universe now. The Battinson.
We will discuss that at a later date. Box office time. Now, because I am using my phone as a camera, I do not have access to my phone. So I'm going to be relying on you to be taking down predictions for next week when we definitely record another episode.
Sure. So this is for the weekend of the 9th of the 11th of June, 2023. So number 1 was Transformers: Rise of the Beast.
Hold on. Or let me get to the box office website. And then you can start.
All right.
What weekend is it? Was it?
9th to 11th
of
June.
Oh, you're reading out the top ones. Okay, cool.
Yeah. As always.
Yes. No, I thought you were going back to our old predictions from the last time we recorded.
No, I'm just going to read it off.
Okay, yeah, you do that.
So, number 1 is Transformers: Rise of the Beast, which came out, I think, on the 9th, so it made $61 million. Number 2 is Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse, which you spoke about earlier, which made $55 million. Number 3 is The Little Mermaid, which made $23 million. Number 4, which is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which made a very honest $7 million. Number 5 is Stephen King's The Boogeyman, which made $7 million. Number 6 is Fast 10, which made $5 million. Number 7 is the Super Mario Bros. Movie, which made $2 million. Number 8 is About My Father, which made $837,000. Number 9 is The Machine, which made $576,000. And number 10 is Past Lives, which made $520,000. Some honorable mentions. Kandahar made $142,000. John Wick Chapter 4 made $94,000. Evil Dead Rise made $66,000. Chevalier made $37,000. And
Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania made
$10,000.
Beautiful stuff.
Nice. All right, I'm going to go to my notes and I'm going to write our predictions. Is there any movie that comes out?
Oh, yeah, only The Flash.
Just The Flash.
I'm just going to make sure that is the only thing. So Asteroid City has a limited release.
Mm-hmm.
Its wide release is on the 23rd, so it's unlikely it'll do anything in the limited release. So the only wide releases are The Blackening and Flash.
Mm-hmm. So June 16th weekend predictions.
That is correct.
Khalil Alon. There we go. Okay, you go first. Let's do this.
And what we'll also do, and you can put it down there, is we will make our predictions for The Flash's actual opening weekend box office.
The Flash opening weekend box office prediction. Khalil Alon. Perfect. All right, let's do this.
So I am going to say that I do have to say, I am going to say that the domestic opening we get for The Flash is $65 million.
65 milli.
Yeah, that is my guess.
All right. Let's see.
Because like Transformers made 61. I don't think it's going to do that much better than Transformers,
Mhm.
right? So that's where my rationale kind of comes from.
I'm gonna say 63. Not much of a difference, but it's pretty good. It's gonna do the same as Transformers. Pretty close to the same. So I'm going with 63.
Okay. So
A
I want
little
65,
lower.
you want 63, right?
Yeah. Just a little lower.
You're just trying to undercut me a little bit. Watch it be like 64.
Damn.
And I will be right. Because we're doing Price is Right rules, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Watch it be like $100 million opening weekend, and us
That'd be
all
hella. That'd be hella funny.
It'd also be hella sad, but
Yeah. That'd be sad. Number 1 for your box office predictions for the June 16th.
I wonder what number one's gonna be.
That's actually a really good question. This requires a lot of thinking.
I'm gonna be really fast with this one, okay?
Okay.
It's gonna be. Did you see what I did there, though?
Oh, okay. Yeah, clever.
Yeah, I'm fast with this one. This is flash.
I fuck with that.
Okay.
I fuck with that.
That's my number one.
I mess with that. All right, The Flash, number 2.
Oh my god, how badly do I want to do this? You know what? Am I in the mood to potentially, end all of my existence? Yes, absolutely. I hate Transformers immensely. I am choosing Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse to be at number 2.
All right.
Yes, that's right. I am picking against Transformers. Do you know why? What is my motto in life? What is my motto in box office life?
Fuck Transformers and the kids
No.
movies. And the kids movies don't
We go.
Don't sleep on them.
Don't sleep on the kids movies. You know what's
Yeah.
a kids movie? Spider-Verse. Do you know what you
Spider-Man.
shouldn't sleep on? Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse.
Also added more theaters, so
Yeah.
it means nothing really, but we'll pretend it does.
Numero 3.
This one has to be Transformers. I'm not that down on it. Don't worry.
Yeah. Transformers number 4.
This one actually is a little bit harder.
Yeah, this one is a little gray area.
Although Little Mermaid, no question.
Yeah.
Little Mermaid stays above 7. Whatever less than 7 will be, because also Guardians is losing theaters, so it's falling out of theaters. Which means there'll be less places you can watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going with the Little Mermaid, no question about it.
All right, number 5.
Number 5. This is the real hard one. The Boogeyman.
Boogeyman, yeah. Because that just
Guardians
came out.
3. But also, don't sleep on Fast X managing to have some sort of like revelation.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget, it's almost going to be summer break for some people, and they're going to, want to go to movie theaters. And people want to watch Fast X.
Well, no, anyone's going to movie theater not watching it. No one's going to watch any movies, but something has to make money. So,
Yeah.
You know what? I said, actually, they're both. The Boogeyman is Disney. Okay, you know what? The Boogeyman. I'm picking it. I'm gonna probably be wrong, and my mic just cut out on me again. I'm pretty sure. Maybe.
The Boogeyman. Okay. Nice. All right, so. Well. Oh, shit. Sorry for my yawning. So while Khalil gets his microphone set up, I'm going to do my predictions. I hope he can hear me.
There we go. There we go. I'm back.
Perfect. So number 1, I'm going to obviously go with The Flash. Number 2, I'm going to go with Spider-Man. Number 3, yeah, obviously Transformers. These are the only movies that are big. Number 4, I'm actually Yeah, I mean, the big four movies are Flash, Spider-Man, Transformers, and The Little Mermaid. And at number 5, I'm gonna do, for the sake of making our lists different, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Wait, you chose Transformers to be 3?
Yeah,
Why do you do this to me? I was
I put
giving you
Guardians
an
of the
easy
Galaxy.
win.
I put Guardians of the Galaxy as number 5.
I gave you an easy win by choosing Spider-Verse.
I put Guardians of the Galaxy as number 5.
You know what? You know what? You be like that. You know what I'm gonna do? Change mine. Flip Spider-Verse and Transformers.
Damn, you're shitting on Spider-Man?
No, I'm just being
Damn,
realistic.
Khalil
I'm
shitting
making
on
this.
Spider-Man? That's crazy.
I'm making this more fun because
What?
you decided to copy my genius
I
strategy.
never
so
thought I'd see the day Khalil shitting on Spider-Man. That's tough.
What do you mean? Did you? The Amazing Spider-Man did come out, right?
Yeah, it was solid.
It was awful. Nothing unless it's Tom
Cruise.
or no. Ew, Tom Cruise. Bad actor.
Damn. Shots fired.
Yeah.
Besides, I got my tickets for Mission Impossible 7.
Oh, those tickets are already out. Damn.
Yeah. I'm going in IMAX.
Of course you are.
Yeah,
You
it's
gotta
the
watch
best.
Tom Cruise in as big a screen as possible.
Yeah,
As
obviously.
loud as possible.
Obviously.
Yeah, I gotta watch movies. That's the end. That's the end. I have to watch movies.
Yes.
And knowing me, I will pretend to watch movies and
Oh
forget.
wait, this is a little off topic, but I got a little joke for you.
I'm
What's
is it? Wait, hold on. Before you say it, is it gonna get you canceled on the internet?
no.
Okay, then you can continue.
Besides, if I get canceled on the internet, I don't care. What's the difference between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Toronto Maple Leafs? Phil
I
Kessel
hate
can
you.
actually,
I'm going to say.
Phil Kessel can actually win a chip with one team and not the other.
No, see, this is the way it works. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. Okay,
No. This is the way it works. Leon
you leave the
Draisaitl.
Leafs. Anytime you leave the Leafs, you become a superstar and win a chip.
No, this is how it works. Leon Draisaitl, the Oilers' second option, literally outplayed Marner, Matthews, and Tavares in the playoffs.
But see, the other thing you have to realize is the last 4 years, everyone who is or 5 years, everyone who has lost to us lost in the Stanley Cup.
Okay. What about
Also, we made it the first round. We made it the first round. Okay.
and then lost in 5 to Florida. But
No,
from
we made
Matthew Kachuk really did you guys a number.
But
Anthony Duclair
we got out of the first round.
by luck.
We got out of the first round though. We did it.
By
We
luck.
beat Tampa. It's
Through
baby
luck.
steps.
That's not gonna
First
happen
time
again.
in my lifetime, we've gone out of the first round. Okay,
That's
me
not
be
gonna happen
happy about
again.
This. It's gonna happen next year, and next
Nah.
year we're gonna hit the second round, then the third round, then the Stanley Cup. Next year, Stanley Cup all the way. Actually, You know
No,
what?
the Oilers are winning the Stanley Cup. What the hell?
Who are the Oilers? What is this?
Connor
team you speak
McDavid,
of?
Leon Draisaitl, and Ryan Nugent
Sorry,
Hopkins.
where did they go?
They actually went further than the Leafs in the playoffs.
Right, but did they who did they lose to?
The champions, so it's actually a bit better.
They lost to who? The expansion team that's been in the league for 5 years.
Yeah, so it's actually better.
They lost to an expansion team that's been in the league.
So
for
did
5 years, right?
the Avalanche. No
Yeah.
hate to Nathan McKinnon. He's one of my favorite players in the league, but the Avalanche lost in the first round as well.
Yeah, I know. The Leafs didn't even do that. That's pathetic. Even the Leafs are farther than the Boston Bruins. Like, let's be honest here. That's a success.
Hey, all I'm gonna say, McDavid's the best player in the league. Draisaitl's the most talented player in the league.
And
It's gonna
Austin
be
Matthews is better than both.
Austin Matthews is not better than
And when
Draisaitl
we
or
re-sign him
McDavid.
to a huge contract for 3
Bro,
years,
Nathan McKinnon is
infinite
better than
dollars.
Matthews.
and when our new GM trades Marner for something valuable, like anything defensive, we are going to be awesome. When
Anything
we
defensive?
finally,
Take Darnell Nurse. He's such a bad defender. You can have him.
no, we'll take. Actually, you know what? Can we trade Marner for McDavid?
Nah.
I like that trade.
Nah. We're going to the Stanley Cup next year. The finals. Let's go Oilers. Oil Nation. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
you and Connor can cheer for the Oilers.
Connor's a Sharks fan. It just his dad is the Oilers fan.
Yeah, so he's cheering for the Oilers because the Sharks are pathetic.
I mean, I got nothing against the Sharks, but
No, but I'm just saying it's a fact that they're more pathetic than the Leafs.
yeah. No, the Leafs
they
are more
don't-
pathetic.
No, because the Leafs make the playoffs and then lose. They don't even make the playoffs. I'm going to stop sitting on this team now, though, because he's going to be mad at me. So,
Who?
the Sharks are great. Don't worry. They're
Yeah.
not going to leave like every other team. But yeah, speaking of leaving, we are going to leave this podcast now.
Yeah.
Look at that segue, man.
Damn.
Gotta end it strong. Gotta end it strong.
Damn.
So thank you all for watching. We got through this in an hour and 10 minutes. Like that might be a new record for shortness. We really did that. We covered so much information, and there's probably more we didn't talk about because this was totally prepared and planned out and detailed. And if you like this, or if you don't like this, but you like movies, then you should subscribe to us, leave a like, comment. If you're on the podcast apps, then click you want to follow us. Now, the other thing, which I haven't plugged enough, right? But I should really, you got to follow us on social media. Do you know why you got to follow us on social media? Because we're doing a bunch of these things, which are really, really cool. But do you know how you're going to know about them?
Through social media.
Right, because that's how people get information across. Also, you should subscribe to us on YouTube, and then also click the bell on YouTube, because apparently that tells you when there's stuff that comes out. And when we have stuff that comes out constantly soon, then you're going to want to do that. Speaking of soon, you know what we have coming out? I'll tell you. I'll give you a secret. Okay, I'm going to give you a secret right now, okay?
Okay.
There's about 4 hours-ish, maybe 3 hours, worth of fantasy movie league content, which is coming out once I edit it.
Okay.
This is part 2 of the series, which is going to be very, very, and I'm going to edit it so it's not as long.
Mhm.
But you're going to definitely want to watch part 1, where me and a bunch of other people pick our fantasy movie league teams. And then you're going to want to watch part 2, where we talk about the score so far and how I'm almost winning. I'm very good at picking movies. Who knew? But that's what people should do. It's absolutely amazing. And then even better, if you click on the website link somewhere in the description or something, then you can go and there's actually a whole page dedicated to it, including a live updating scoreboard and links to all the videos. It's like it's an all-in-one place where you can find everything. And there's also a very weird picture of a lawn if you want to go check that out.
What weird picture?
The profile one. Have you not seen it?
The one with the sunglasses?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about another one. And I was like, damn, bro, what you got at me now? What did I do? Damn.
No, that's the one. No, that's a good picture, flattering picture of you. Don't worry, it's
Damn.
flattering.
That's tough.
But no, and then you could check out all of our other stuff, and then we got our new series, No Doubt, which if you really hate listening to us, then don't worry. You don't have to really listen to us, because we get other people to do that one. Because we have to, because we understand that we can be very annoying. I understand that I can be very annoying. So
No, it's all good, bro.
the solution to that, get other people to do it. So
Sorry.
you can listen to people who are significantly more knowledgeable and more interesting than us talk about movies on this platform. And again, we got a bunch of great, awesome, cool things coming up, which I can't actually talk about right now because they aren't confirmed. But obviously, we both know what those are. And, I think you can agree they're pretty cool. I think you know what they are.
Yes.
You do.
Yeah.
Okay. With that being said, I'm going to let you guys go and be free. Or if you've already fallen asleep, then, good job. Anyways, I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.
Bye.